On to our final two finals here in Cesana, and we change bows once again. It's the compound, and it is the women's final.
Representing Italy, per l'Italia, Irene Franchini. For this match is arbitro del match, Mr. Nashi Ugur.
So our finalists, Julia Boehnke of Germany against the warmly received Italian Irene Franchini. These two defeated Sara Retz and Amanda Milenaric, respectively, on their way to these final. Franchini, highly decorated across multiple disciplines. She's enjoyed all three flavors of medal here at the Europeans previously: gold, silver and bronze, ranging between 2017, 2019 and 2021. She's got a chance to add another gold to that cabinet against the German, who herself has enjoyed silver and a couple of bronze at the World Archery Field Championships in 2022, but never medalled here at the Europeans. So high caliber final awaiting us in the compound women. And Bernardo, a chance for you early to tell us about the intricacies of this bow compared to the recurve and the bare bow. There's a lot going on there.
Yes, compound looks so much different. For instance, bows are shorter, but the biggest difference are the pulleys that we see on the extremities, and they absorb part of the tension of the bow. So as you draw the string, unlike the bare bow and recurve where it gets heavier as you draw the string, the compound actually gets lighter, and we have usually longer draw times and people aiming more. But also another big difference is the release. So yeah, we just saw on her hand as she was activating the release. It's not you holding the string with your fingers. Those are the main differences on compound archery.
And both bows are proving to be deadly accurate. And this opening end, distance is the same as the recurve final. And I don't think we've seen 6 finer arrows to open a final so far today in Cesana. Both archers finding their range early.
Yes, Irene Franchini from Italy shaking, especially on that last arrow. I wonder if it's the nerves settling into the match, but it doesn't matter whether she was shaking or not. Her shooting is really strong, and yeah, you just shouldn't be bothered by, you know, these little things that might bother you in your shot process. As long as you're shooting in the middle, that's all that matters. And as you said, Joe, we're up for a great match here as well.
Bernardo, do you think that nerves become easier to deal with the older you get, or you're less affected by nerves? Do you think that's something for the youth, or is it just something that's in the DNA? You either feel it or you don't.
Do you have a harder question, Joe? I think that's the $1 million one, because it's really so personal. It really depends from person to person. We see some, you know, sometimes a 16-year-old just coming and rocking everything, just, you know, shooting in the middle like they're just playing around and like it's nothing much. And sometimes we see older people, veterans, struggling. It's really personal. It depends on a myriad of factors.
Well, an indication for everybody tuning in of the accuracy that can be achieved with the compound bow is that Irene Franchini progressed from her semi-final with a 65-63 win over Amanda Milinarik of Croatia. So very, very high scoring, and it's mirrored in the results of the men's competition as well. We see from the opening end, 15 apiece. Pretty bang on with the first three. Make that the first four if you're talking about Boehnke.
Italy 6-6, Germany 6-6.
Great stuff by both of them, and it's interesting to note how both of them are tackling differently. The angle in the stance, Julia Boehnke with her feet closer, and Franchini with a wider stance. The differences we see in field archery on how you tackle the different terrain, that not level the terrain, which can be a little bit uncomfortable sometimes.
Italy 5-5, Germany 5-5.
Another 6 very accurate arrows produced by our German and Italian finalists. So Julia Boehnke, the German, just with the edge, almost 3 perfect ones. But I'm sure she'll settle for 17 out of a possible 18 from that end. Well, bit of a party atmosphere building in the Italian mountains. The DJ's cranking it up a notch, and the accuracy from our finalists is being cranked up as well. 32-31, the German leading the Italian. But even with the tunes blaring out, you can still hear the support for Irene Franchini from the home support. Some of her teammates as well, donning their colours. And number 3, 60 centimetres in diameter, the target, and 45 metres uphill the distance.
Germany 4-4, Italy 5-5.
We see Franchini's teammates even cheering that she let down a shot, and yeah, this is usually what we do, because it can be really hard to admit to yourself that you should let down. It takes courage to do so, and that's why they cheer her on doing that. Great decision making.
Da 3 comunque così è il massimo.
Well, Boehnke has followed suit as well, so the German has fired her 3, and so has Franchini.
And the third question.
And still just a point in it. This feels particularly tense, this final, Bernardo.
Yes, and still seeing Irene Franchini shaking a little bit. I thought that it wasn't affecting her much because, you know, she was within the gold, but then in her last 2 arrows, we saw her spreading more laterally. And I think Boehnke, she seems a little bit more dialed in, you know. But let's not get ahead of ourselves and draw too many conclusions, because we are arriving at the famous target number 4, the toughest one, where everything can happen. Let's see how they go.
Yeah, as you said, Bernardo, target number 4 has proven to be the championship target thus far here in Cesana, and there's been a scoreboard adjustment as well. Boehnke leading Franchini 47-44. So Franchini needs to bring her absolute A game for this 60-meter uphill distance.
Very long hold by Boehnke, even a sigh of relief after that shot. But Franchini left the door open. Things are looking so comfortable for Boehnke now.
Boehnke just needs to hit the target in any form here to seal the gold. And she does it in style. Julia Boehnke with unerring accuracy throughout the final.